Hey everybody, what's up? It's Miss O'Neill here, and today is a good day to have a good day. We are getting ready to talk about presidents and patriots today as part of our social studies lesson. So let's just jump right into it. Excuse me. Patriots are people who love their country. You can be a patriot no matter how young or old you are. Are you a patriot? And I'm not talking about a patriot like the sports team, the Patriots. People who love their country. All right. President of the United States. Would you like to be the President of the United States someday? You have to be at least 35 years old. You must have been born an American citizen. And you must have lived in the United States for at least 14 years. Awesome. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was born in Virginia. He was the third president of our country. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence said that America was a free country. Thomas Jefferson died on the 4th of July, 50 years after he wrote the Declaration of Independence. And when it says here that America was a free country, when the Pilgrims first started coming over to America, remember they were from Britain, Great Britain, like England. So up until the Declaration of Independence, the United States wasn't its own country. It was like another part of England. All right, James Madison. James Madison was another president born in Virginia. He was known as the father of the Constitution because many of the ideas in the Constitution came from him. The Constitution is the law of the United States. We still use it today. James Madison believed that citizens have both rights and responsibilities. All right, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky. He wanted to be the president ever since he was a boy. Lincoln was president during the Civil War. In the Civil War, American citizens were fighting against each other. Yep. We were fighting against each other. How sad. All right, Ulysses S. Grant. Ulysses S. Grant was born in Ohio. When he grew up, he joined the Army. He became the leader of the U.S. Army in the Civil War. Or one of the U.S. armies in the Civil War. Remember, because there were two sides and we were fighting each other. Grant was elected president because he was a good leader during the war. All right. We're going to talk about slavery now. It might be something that you already know about. If you do, okay. If you don't, okay. We're going to talk about it together now. It's kind of sad. For more than 300 years, some people in America owned slaves. Slaves were brought to America from Africa on crowded ships. They were chained together so they could not escape. Many slaves got sick and died on the journey. People who owned plantations or really large farms bought slaves to work in the fields and in their homes. The slaves were not paid for the work they did. They had no rights and no freedom. But the happy part here is that after the Civil War ended, when we were fighting each other, all slaves were declared free. So slavery is illegal, and it has been for a while. All right, Harriet Tubman. I think we talked about her during Black History Month. She was up on our quilt, but we will talk about her a little bit more here. Some slaves were able to escape to states where slavery was not allowed. Harriet Tubman escaped when she was about 30 years old. Harriet was born in slavery in Maryland. After she escaped, she went back to the South many times to help other slaves escape. And thanks to Harriet, almost 300 slaves became free. That's a lot of people that she helped. That's awesome. Frederick Douglass is also somebody that we talked about and put on our quote, but we'll talk about him again because his story is really important too. Frederick Douglass was also born in slavery in Maryland. He escaped when he was 20 years old. He began writing a newspaper called the North Star. He wrote articles and gave speeches to convince people that owning slaves was wrong. Frederick worked hard to end slavery. His words inspired many slaves to escape. It inspired many people to help slaves escape as well. All right, the Underground Railroad. Thousands of people escaped slavery to freedom on the Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad was not a real railroad. The stations on the Underground Railroad were houses or barns or churches where slaves stayed as they traveled north. The conductors or the owners of the houses, barns, and churches were people who believed slavery was wrong. They risked their lives to help people escape slavery. Because not only was it illegal for slaves to escape, but it was illegal to help them too. So if you were caught hiding slaves, if you were caught as a conductor on the Underground Railroad, you were going to be in trouble. But these people knew that slavery was wrong, so they really wanted to help. All right. Quick word search. Douglass, Lincoln, Tubman, Grant, and Madison. I see Madison right up here at the top. I see Tubman on the bottom here. Let's see, can you find Douglass? Douglass, Douglass. We have Grant over here, so now we are just missing Lincoln. Lincoln, do you see Lincoln? I don't see Lincoln. Oh, I see Lincoln. Lincoln, wonderful. Awesome, 670, that's crazy. All right, matching game. Where were these presidents and patriots born? Write the abbreviation or the short version for the state on the line next to each person's name. You will use some of the states more than once. Do you remember? Harriet Tubman was born in Maryland. James Madison was born in, let's go back, I'm not 100% sure, Virginia. Oops. Here we go. Maryland, Virginia. Thomas Jefferson was also born in Virginia. Frederick Douglass was born in Maryland as well. Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky. So that must mean Grant was born in Ohio. Wonderful. We'll go back and we'll get our Rev coins for here. It's okay if you don't know the answers right off the top of your head. I definitely don't. Like I just did, sometimes you have to go back and look for the answers, and that's okay. All right, let's fill in the blanks. James Madison believed that citizens had both blank and responsibilities. Nice, it's rights. Rights and responsibilities. We talked about that a while ago. Frederick Douglass worked hard to end blank. Nice, slavery. Abraham Lincoln was president during the blank war. Nice, civil. And slaves were brought to America from Africa on crowded ships. Wonderful. Awesome, and that is the end of our social studies lesson today. If you have any questions, have a grown-up send me an email or a message on Remind. You did an amazing job here. Awesome, I love you a lot, miss you a bunch, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!